think there might be a bit more to it? And he only bowled the 4 overs at Lords as well, pulled up sore. We've been waiting for him to bowl himself, haven't we, in the series? We've all noticed how much he's been bowling in the warm-ups. Looked like he's been getting through his action nicely. The pace seemed there. He picked up a wicket as well early in his spell. He only bowled the 4 overs at Lords as well, pulled up sore. Hopefully it's nothing more sinister than just pulling up. I think they've said, isn't it, the word out of the camp was just general soreness. And immediately after the game the other night, doing the post-game down on the ground, he walked past to do the presentation. He looked like he was a bit proppy even then. Getting through his action nicely, the pace seemed there. He picked up a wicket as well early in his spell. Hopefully it's nothing more sinister than just pulling up. I think they've said, isn't it, the word out of the camp was just
trying to get back for 2, but no.
Immediately after the game the other night, doing the post-game down on the ground, he walked past to do the presentation. He looked like he was a bit proppy even then. Yeah, they just changed the field here, Australia. We talked about that deep square leg going back. Back there straight away, and Hazelwood bowled what he would think would be the perfect ball for Duckett to consider pulling this out in that direction. Watch his reaction here. He bowls the ball, angling in, looking for a pull shot. No, he blocked it out to deep square leg for 1, so the plan didn't work. They just changed the field here, Australia. We talked about that deep square leg going back. Back there straight away, and Hazelwood bowled what he would think would be the perfect ball for Duckett to consider pulling this out in that direction.
It's a good start to Harry
Watch
Brooks.
his reaction here. He bowls the ball, angling in, looking for a pull shot.
2 catches there. That's slip, and
No,
talked about
he blocked it
Matt
out
Short
to deep
last
square
over
leg
being
for 1, so the plan didn't
about
work.
a 4th slip catching line. Looking for a thick outside edge from a drive from Harry Brooks. Something that's a little bit fuller and a little bit wider.
Scoop. Very, very fine. Fine leg was wide, almost deep square leg.
Talk about the modern player. This is what they do. Predicting the line and length from Hazelwood. It was that slightly wider line as well that Harry Brooks has read. Probably on about 5th stump. It's a long way across his stumps and just gets enough on it.
.83 for 2. Josh Butler here today and was having a few run-throughs earlier before play and a hit in the net, so he's progressing well with that calf injury. So good movement. That's similar to the delivery that he just got Jacks out with. Similar shape anyway. Nip away from the left-hander.
Yeah, start of the 13th over. There's still something on offer for the Aussie quicks, or the Aussie seamers anyway. It was that like hard off-cut type delivery that landed on the seam. Really interesting player. Ath was talking pre-game about Ben Duckett, how he thinks he's perfectly suited to this one-day opening spot. I agree, because he doesn't have to change anything from the way he plays his Test cricket. And you look today, you think he's probably been a little bit slow, a little bit quiet today, but you look up and he's 33 off 33.
Yeah, one of the real plus points of the new regime, really, whether it be Key, McCullum, Stokes, whether it be Test match cricket or Buttler bringing him in into this format. Sort of just out in the wilderness a little bit after a difficult time in Bangladesh on some spinning pitches, and India against a very high quality spin attack. He's come back, and in both formats looks an excellent choice.
Put your selector's hat on. What are you doing when Butler's fit, Root potentially back? Stokes has said that if a call came his way, he'd consider it.
Cheers, Rick. Thanks. I'm playing all those three. I've got to work out who I'm leaving out, actually. I think Salt would be most at risk. Buttler would come in for me. He'd either move Jacks up to open or open with Buttler himself. Yes. I think Butler's preferred position would probably be 4 and not keep. Jamie Smith stays in for me. Next major tournament, they got the West Indies away. That's after the Pakistan Test series, and then obviously there's also a Champions Trophy February-March in Pakistan. .87 for 2. Flats are full. People wrapped up. Sell out here, Bristol. Stark. Change of ends for him. He's going to come from the pavilion end. He was expensive. 3 overs for 28.
There shouldn't be much swing on offer now for Mitchell Stark, but there still has been a little bit of seam movement. I think we'll see him bowl a lot more of his wobble seam, 3/4 seam type deliveries to both these two batsmen. Try and push across Harry Brook with a bit of movement off the seam. Continuing that catching man at slip. Stephen Smith, the captain, moved a little bit wider, maybe more of a second slip sort of line where he is now. This fielding position here, Marnus Labuschagne at backward point, is a really crucial position for Harry Brook. With this angle that Stark is trying to create, we know that Brook loves to run the ball late, hits it with a square face, but hits the ball almost behind his body and tries to run the good balls down to third man.
Just there.
It was a bit more forceful than I was hoping. If that beats sneaking in there nice and close, if that beats him, it's almost 4. But it's where, as a fielder, that's where I fielded most of my career in one-day cricket. You have to read the batsman. You have to understand what the batsman's trying to do, what his strengths and weaknesses are. And then it helps with your starting point, your starting position. Someone like Harry Brook, you can actually start a lot finer for him. So you start finer, and rather than walking towards the batsman's end stumps, you walk towards the bowler's end stumps, so creating a bigger angle straight away and being on the move.
Nicely timed, beautifully timed, actually. Hardy does well. It is wet out there, just walking across this morning. It is really wet in patches.
It's a long way down for the big fella too. Have to be about 6'4", I'd imagine, Aaron Hardy. Talented cricketer. Does his job with the ball. We saw in Durham as well. He can be dangerous in the back end of an ODI innings with the bat.
Leading edge. And safely.
I might have just swung back down the line a little bit, that one from Stark. I've seen him set the ball in his fingers at the top of his mark for some wobble seam type deliveries. This one looked like it might have just shaped a fraction. It's not right down the seam. Might have just actually seemed a little bit away from him after it pitched.
That's hurt his knee. That just hits the bit, a soft bit of the knee. And everyone finds it funny but Harry Brook. He hobbled through for a single. He'll have the strike and some pain. 90 for 2.
Against the world, against the biggest hitters, the fastest bowlers, against the old enemy.
They are the very best.
Against the crowds, the conditions, the doubters, against the odds.
That is outstanding.
This autumn, England face more than just the world's best opposition. Time to step up. The ICC Women's T20 World Cup starts Thursday, live on Sky Sports.